In this video, we'll walk you through 6 tips on how to build powerful customer journey maps in Miro. Our first tip is to define the scope of your journey map on the board, including a specific persona and the start and end points of the journey map. This will help keep you focused, especially if you're creating your map in a workshop. Tip number 2 is to keep your template simple. Avoid using a lot of lines and individual shapes. Instead, rely on space between objects to create sections and swim lanes. This will make it much easier to iterate your journey map even after it's filled with content. Tip number 3, use colors, tags, and sticky size to differentiate between different types of information. A simple key in the corner can show what the various elements mean. We're using color to show the type of data point: action, decision, pain point, or question. These are all possible experiences along the user's journey. Additionally, you can use tags to designate a channel for each interaction. For example, where in your application was the pain point experienced? And lastly, utilize the large sticky note to highlight an impactful data point. Just pull on the side of a sticky note to make it large. For example, bring attention to when an important decision is made by the user. Tip number 4 is to learn how to use the line tool. Most customer journey maps include a sentiment line, where you can visualize the emotional ups and downs of the user. Press L to switch to the line tool. Start to draw a line, then press and hold Shift to have it snap to 45-degree angles. This line will represent neutral sentiment. For the sentiment line itself, duplicate your line and create the curves by dragging these blue dots. You can add as many nodes as necessary to the line. To delete one, just double-click. Tip number 5, document your journey map's history. Because you will likely use this as a living document, it's important to keep a record of past versions. The board owner can export the board as a backup, which can be re-uploaded to Miro if necessary. Alternatively, export the map as an image. You can then drop it back into a frame set to grid as a repository for the journey map's history. Our last tip is to organize and share your board. The goal is to create an artifact that any team can reference independently. So invest time in making your board as self-explanatory as possible. Next, make your board discoverable by adding it to a project in Miro that is shared with everyone in the team. If you use an external tool like Confluence, embed your board in the relevant pages. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.